It's not wine. It's not beer. It's makgeolli. I'm Yongha Jung. I'm a Korean alcohol brewer based in Los Angeles, and I want to share with you a Danyangju recipe, a single-step recipe for making makgeolli for beginning brewers. You need 3 ingredients to make makgeolli: rice, filtered water or distilled water, and nuruk. Here you'll see sweet rice or glutinous rice. Mind you, this is short grain sweet rice, available at most grocery stores and online. And we'll be using 200 grams of nuruk. I want to explain to you what nuruk is. Nuruk is a traditional Korean fermentation starter that contains bacteria from which you get the probiotics in makgeolli, and you have enzymes from the molds in the nuruk that turn the grain starches into sugar so that the yeasts also in the nuruk can eat the sugars and transform into alcohol. The first step of making makgeolli is washing rice. We also want to wash without breaking the rice. We want as much of the rice grains to be intact. Since this is a recipe for makgeolli, the cloudy alcohol, the turbid alcohol, it's not that necessary that the rice has to be super clear. The water has to be super clear, though that will yield more of the clear alcohol. When the rice is washed, you soak for at least 3-4 hours. When draining the water, you want to make sure that the colander is tilted. That allows for better draining. And drain for an hour. When the water is boiling, that's when you take a piece of cloth or silicone pad, whatever it is, to line your steaming rack. And we line it so that the sticky rice doesn't stick to the stainless steel, because that becomes a pain. You drench it thoroughly. Then you wring out the excess water. And it's key to do this right when the water is boiling, because if you do this before the water is boiling and you wait 20 minutes or however long to cook, however long it takes to boil the water, you're going to get mushy rice at the bottom. So now that the water is boiling, we line this with wet cloth and transfer the drained rice into the lined steaming rack. Here we go. I tried to line this as evenly as possible without pressing too heavily into the rice. This way the rice will cook more evenly. But this all depends on what kind of steamer you've got. All the holes in all the different steamers are a bit different, and so you're going to have to play around with what works for your equipment and the intensity of the heat you have at home. So I'm going to place the steaming rack over the pot of boiling water. Now I'm going to wait till steam rises, and from the moment the steam rises, we cook the rice for about 40 minutes. And as you can see, there's some glistening in the rice. This is how you know that the kodopbap is done. This bowl contains 200 grams of nuruk and a liter of distilled water. When massaging the rice or mixing the rice, you do not want to break the grains. You want all the grains intact. That is key. Broken grains can lead to an imbalance in the fermentation. You don't have to screw in the lid too tightly, just loosely is enough. Just enough for the CO2 to escape, and you'll be wanting to ferment this for 1 to 2 weeks at room temperature. This Danyangju is ready. This was brewed following the same recipe outlined earlier. We know this is ready because there's this clear layer. It's called the Cheongju layer. This you'll see when the fermentation stalls. It's still fermenting slightly, but it's mostly near its end. And I like to not ferment. I like to filter at this stage so that you could get a little bit of CO2 in your brew. It's about wine strength, and when you taste it, if it's 11, 12, 13 to 14 ABV, you know it's finished. There are also other indicators for when to filter. You will also sometimes get a clear Cheongju layer sandwiched between 2 rice layers. This doesn't always happen when you're using a Danyangju recipe, because when you're aerating, that process sometimes breaks up the grains and you don't get the clear Cheongju layer with sandwich between the rice layers. But this is done. Enjoy your freshly brewed makgeolli.